Hi everyone, welcome back to Simple Things. Today we'll be looking at It is the beginning of 2021, and as is customary, many people are busy checking off their list of New Year's resolutions. The younger me would have normally had a list of 3 to 5 items I'd have set out to accomplish each year. If you were like me, you would pray over it and set the plans in motion. How exciting it was that as the months progressed, you were able to check each item off as that feat was accomplished. But how did all this come about? If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified each time I upload a new, interesting, and informative video. And friends, make sure you click like each time you watch my videos. Feel free to share my videos and leave a comment on your way out. Secular history believes that the ancient Babylonians were the first people to make New Year's resolutions some 4,000 years ago. History records that they were also the first to have held celebrations to mark the New Year, which for them was in mid-March, planting time. According to History.com, during a massive 12-day religious festival known as Akitu, the Babylonians crowned a new king or reaffirmed their loyalty to the reigning king. They also made promises to the gods to pay their debts and return any objects they had borrowed. These promises could be considered the forerunners of our New Year's resolutions. If the Babylonians kept their word, their pagan gods would bestow favor on them for the coming year. If not, they would fall out of the gods' favor, a place no one wanted to be. After Julius Caesar established the January 1st as the new year in 46 BC, just about a year after he established the Julian calendar, a similar practice of offering sacrifices to the two-faced god Janus and making promises of good conduct for the coming year became popular in Rome. Janus is the god after whom the month of January is named. His spirit was felt to have inhabited doorways and archways. The Romans believed that Janus symbolically looked backwards into the previous year and ahead into the future. Many other civilizations had similar religious beliefs. The Egyptians, for instance, marked their new year with a festival known as Weepat Renpat, which means opening of the year. This festival was tied to the Nile River and Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. The new year was seen as a time of rebirth and rejuvenation, and it was honored with feasts and special religious rites. China and the Middle East also have similar practices of marking their new year with festivities and resolving to settle the past and engaging in renewals for the new year. But does the Bible address any such practice? In the account of God's deliverance of Israel from bondage in Egypt in the month of Nisan, we read in Genesis 12, "This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you." This typically corresponds to March or April. Israel was commanded by God that, in verse 16, "And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even." And friends, feel free to do your own research on Passover and Rosh Hashanah, as this video is not addressing New Year's festivities, but instead the practice of New Year's resolutions. So, For ancient Israel, the new year was established as a new beginning, the beginning of freedom from Egyptian bondage and hope for inheritance of the promised land. Fellowship, rest, and diet were commanded as areas of their lifestyle to be addressed. Likewise, for spiritual Israel today, the new year, although observed on January 1 according to the Gregorian calendar and not on the traditional Jewish Passover, marks a time of reflection on the past and hope for the future. No wonder diet and weight are the number one aspects addressed in New Year's resolutions today. As we reflect on the past year, 2020, filled with unprecedented turmoil, let us be aware that the only true hope for what lies ahead is hope that is fixed on Christ Jesus.